And don't want to fix it alone? Call RVFix to get virtual assistance from a certified technician today.
Hi, this is Kevin with RVFix. Today we're going to take a look at summarizing our Jayco NorthPoint 310 RLTS. So we're going to want to get some water in the fresh tank to use the pump for summarizing. So we're just hooked up to our city water connection right here. So you can see on our Nautilus panel, you can change our knobs here for different settings for what the water panel is doing. So to fill the fresh tank up, get some water in there, we're in the power fill tank mode right there. Once we get about a third of a tank or so, that's good enough for what we're trying to do. So we're going to change it now to dry camping. We're going to run it off the water pump. So we're just going to go just like that. And one thing I'm going to do, so you can see in here, we have 3 filters that come in the system in this. I'm going to take those out of there and I'm going to dump that antifreeze out so we're not just keep continuously pumping that through when we're putting the fresh water in. There's also a shutoff to them, so that's what that valve is. That's the intake side of those filters. So I'm just going to turn that off so we don't have water or antifreeze just dripping into our compartment. All right, so when we were taking the filters out, just to make sure they weren't full of antifreeze in here, like I said, it's all 3 of them. They just twist off like that. You will see they have caps on them for when they don't have the filter in there. That's just so we're not completely filling these up as we're pumping antifreeze through the system. And there's just a little bit that got into this one when I took that cap off, so we'll just dump that little bit of antifreeze out real quick. And then since we're not putting the filters in today, we're just showing you for taking these off. This unit's not sold yet, so we're just going to go ahead and throw the caps back into these guys. And then this is just going to screw back onto there. Just get it as tight as you can by hand, and then we'll go back with the wrench and snug it down a little bit. Make sure it's not leaking when we run the water. All right, get them snugged down. Then we're going to go ahead and turn our water pump on and make sure those guys aren't leaking on us. Okay, once it gets all pressurized up, we can see it's not leaking out of these. We do got to clean them up a little bit more to make sure, but like I said, there's no water running out of any of them. So we go ahead and get back out of here and move on with the summarize. So you do have a pump switch out here as well. Just be aware if we turn it on from out here, we got to turn it back off. But I'm just going to kick it on so we can run this outside spray port real quick. All right, once that's running clear, go ahead and turn it over to the cold side. Now I'm going to go ahead and kick it back off, and then we'll turn it on from the inside, so while we're messing around in there, we can turn it on and off. One thing on this guy as well, we do have the tankless water heater. Just make sure that should have been shut off from winterizing the unit, but you want to make sure that's off as we're running all this water through, so there's no chance of that turning on while we still have antifreeze in there. All right, we're just going to come to our BM Pro. Should be right here on our home screen. We can just go tanks. Then we have a water pump switch right there. We kick it on. Then we come over here to our faucet. So right here is going to be our controls on this style of faucet. You can see it goes to the left is going to be for the faucet coming out right there. So for the rack that you can put on here, you can wash vegetables, stuff like that. So we're just going to run that till we get the antifreeze out of there. The further you turn it is towards hot. You can kind of see it is labeled on the knob for hot and cold for how far you turn it. And we'll run it back to where it'd be more the cold side. All right, then if we go back to off and then twisting it towards the right is going to turn on our actual faucet right here. So same thing though, we're just going to run that on the hot and the cold. Until we get all that pink out of there. So once we're done summarizing that, it does have the cup washer. I don't have a cup on hand, but you just put a cup over top of this, and as you push down on there, it'll spray what antifreeze we do have is going to get sprayed out until we get that all flushed out right there as well. All right, so we're going to head up to our bathroom. Go ahead and kick our lights on. We're just going to do the same thing, the hot and the cold of each faucet. Go ahead and flush the toilet. And we got all the pink out of there. And then for our faucet on here, you can see we have a few different spray ports, the shower head, and then we have this shower head over here as well. So we're going to want to make sure we run the water through all those. Alright, then we can go ahead and move this middle knob is how we're going to choose where that water's coming out of. Just flush some water through that one. Then our body jets. Alright, that'll be everything on that. It does have the washer dryer hookups, but there's no washing machine in there, so we don't really need to worry about messing with that. But on our refrigerator, we do have the water dispenser and the ice maker that are both winterized as well. So the most important thing with that, we're going to need to turn the water line on. So right in there, we have a valve that turns the water line on to this fridge. So we just rotate that valve. That'll turn that water line on, and then we can actually run the water dispenser on the fridge. Again, just putting a cup under there, getting the antifreeze out that way. Any antifreeze that's in the ice maker, though, you will just have to have the fridge on and running until it tries to make ice. It will pump the rest of everything out of there. You throw that slush away, let it run through another cycle until you get it nice and clear and it's making ice for you. So once we have this all summarized, like I said, we ran a couple ice cycles. There is a filter that comes in these GEs right back in there as well. After the summarize, it's a good idea to get that filter replaced because during the winterizing process, we were running the antifreeze through there. It is a non-toxic antifreeze, but you know, it'll give you a funny taste or stuff like that. So it's a good idea to replace that filter afterwards as well. If you come up with any questions, if you're trying to summarize your own unit, just leave us a comment or get a hold of us at RVFix. We'll walk through it with you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. If this video didn't solve your problem, don't worry. We're here to help. Give us a call at 1-844-66-RVFix. We'll diagnose your issue quickly with a certified technician on a video call, get any parts and warranty processed, and if needed, we'll coordinate a service center or mobile technician to get you fixed. We'll handle it all so you can get back to camping.